Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. So, my dear friends, whoa, we're going to find out where you are and where you're going, where your energy's at and where it's taking you. How is it looking? It is, I do apologize, it is very windy here today. So if there's some strange like background sound, like woo, it's the house shaking and the wind bustling. We've had very strange spring weather here. I think it was warmer here a month ago than it has been. April's always one of those months, isn't it? I always have this image in my mind of Jack Frost and Mother Nature like going at it in April, really fighting out for territory here. And Jack Frost is winning right now. But Mother Nature's going to whip his butt soon, I hope. Let's hope so. Oh, jeez. Am I pulling the same cards? You guys are driving me crazy. That's a good one. I like that. All right. That's a different card. That's a nice change. Oh, that is really good too. Look at your underlying card. Full Moon in Libra. A win-win. You're going to win on all levels, honey. A win-win outcome is forecast. You know what I get from this too? I'm kind of getting the energy of this. If you're involved in something with someone else, and maybe even legal, it could be some sort of legal contract, everyone is going to feel like they win. Isn't that the best? That's the best resolution. If you feel like you won, you got what you needed, or you got what you thought you really felt you deserved, or what was yours, and then they feel the same way, and you don't have a problem with anything they have. It's like, you can have that stuff. That's good. I don't care. That's great, right? That's great. But a win-win, and I feel like too, there's a double, like in two parts of your life. There's a win-win in two aspects of your life here, is the underlying. That's good. Okay, so, interesting. This card was the underline for Scorpio that I just did. So weird. But it is your present. It is your present. Your underline is this win-win. So that is telling me that everything that's coming out in this reading is all about this win that's coming for you, this double win that's coming for you. And if it's felt like you can't win this, whatever it is, or you can't come to an agreement that makes you feel happy and perhaps someone else feel happy, it's going to happen. Somehow it's going to happen. So this is what you have for your present here. That's a good energy. It's a good energy. A personal issue reaches resolution. You're in that now. Your experiencing this personal issue is reaching a resolution. Whether it's become resolved or you're starting to see ways through it now. You're starting to see how this can be resolved. It's reaching it. And then that gets you to just surrendering to the divine. Full moon. You are open to anything. This is not a full moon in anything. You know, because this is a moonology deck. So you're like, we have Libra with this one. And then this one is Cancer energy. This is nothing. This is clean. This is a clear state, a slate. So whatever, you know, whatever is for me, I accept it. Whatever is not, I'm good with walking away from it, or it walking away from me. It's just a good energy to be open. That to me feels like a very, very strong, like master manifestor energy. Because you're surrendering to the divine. I like to, my example of that is not just to the universe, to the cosmos, because you are that. There's a deeper part of you in that. And you guide yourself. It's how you guide yourself. Do you guide yourself strictly with your ego? Because that's not your higher self. Or do you guide, you know, from within? That's also the divine. Anything within you. You are this divine property. You are how divine energy came here. Each one of us, right? How we managed to get through the atmosphere of Earth. Just stardust, baby. We're all just stardust. Dust. I haven't listened to that song in a long time. All we are is dust in the wind. Okay, sorry. It's when it's windy, I feel funny. The wind is funny, right? It's so true, like the winds of change just feels different when it gets really windy. And there's nobody outside. It really feels like the apocalypse. The horse. Oh, and the lamb. Interesting. What's underneath? Oh! This is gonna, I think the most interesting clarifiers are going to be your wild unknown animal spirit cards. This is the underlying, the shark. Ooh, there's something big under the surface that needs to be exposed. Something very big here. I'm just laughing because I pulled a card for something else and that came out recently for something I was asking. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, a personal issue reaches resolution. You got the horse. Stable, strong energy. That's why this is being resolved. Because I feel that you really stuck to your guns here with whatever it is that you want, that you see for yourself. This horse has got the power to be, you know, stand tall and strong, hold its ground, and when it needs to run free, it can do that. Your intuition. Your intuition has been guiding you, and it's been guiding you very well to the point of reaching this resolution. Sort of the horse's mane is sort of like braided, but it reminds me of like wheat, which is kind of giving me the message of a harvest, like it's time for harvest. Running towards the harvest. Running through the wheat field with nobody else around. Like this horse is thinking, all right, baby, what do I have here? What did I find? This wheat field ready for harvest, but there's no one harvesting it, so I'm going to run through and have a good time. I feel like that's how you're going to feel when this personal issue reaches a resolution. Like you're just going to want to run wild and free through a field. Surrender to the divine. And the Lamb card is what came out. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Because the Lamb is this pure, innocent energy. It's youthful. It's young. It's funny that it has the alchemical symbol of earth. I mean, both of these do. It's a very grounded energy for you. They're both earth energy. The shark is knotted as water, so something about feelings here. But I really get, it's almost that youthful, it's like the Fool card to me in the tarot. It's just that really youthful, happy, you know, let's just take a chance on life. Let's just see what the world is going to bring us today. You know, when you're a little kid, why are you so excited to get up at 6 a.m.? Because you don't have to make breakfast, and you don't have to do the laundry, and you don't have to make this phone call, and you don't have to do this email, and you don't have to do a video, and you don't have to take the dog for a walk, you know? Because you're just excited. I'm going to do things that are fun today. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're on vacation and you've rested enough, and you start thinking, you know what? I've been missing that sunrise out on the lake. I want to go see that. I'm going to get up early. Like, it's just getting that energy again. And it's the perfect energy to go with, you know, surrendering to the divine. It's just, what does the world bring for me today? What's going to come in today? I'm just ready for it. I'm just excited to see it. I'm excited to see life. I'm excited to breathe again. I'm excited to jump, to run. Very fun energy. Oh, this shark though. Oh, and the hyena's underneath. Oh, and the eagle. Oh my God, everything is upright. Nothing is reversed. It just keeps going. Wow. Oh, I have to show you these. Okay, so this was interesting because Scorpio was so interesting, their underlying energies. All right, so you have the shark. Something needs to be exposed here. There might be something that you've been wanting to say or do that you haven't done. Or someone else, you might be waiting for someone else to say or do or something that hasn't been said or done. And something's going to be exposed. So that's what this is telling us. This is the underlying. I feel like, though, it's almost exposing the really young, youthful, happy, playful you that's coming out with this issue. Because you're being freed from something. A personal issue reaches resolution and a win-win outcome is forecast. It's almost like the impossible happens for you somehow. And because of that, you're just like, I believe in anything. I just surrender. Whatever you want, what do for me, universe, just do it. Because that was amazing. Like, it's pretty cool. So underneath the shark is the hyena. There might have been two sides to what was going on here. There might have been two sides to you. This is a little bit, not playing all your cards, playing both sides of the table even a little bit with this hyena. And part of that is being exposed. And then we have this eagle energy coming in and harnessing the sun, like harnessing happiness, going after happiness. Whatever is going to be exposed here is bringing this forward. It's releasing this, playing both sides of the table. It's bringing in happiness. It's allowing you to harness happiness. It's very, like, this is so rejuvenating. This is so soothing and cleansing and clearing. And it is like that storm that comes in, like if you've been in the atmosphere, an emotional or personal atmosphere of smog and humidity and yuck. It's just yuck and heavy. And then the storm comes in and it just washes it all away, right? And you know, all that humidity and smog and everything is just this clear, fresh feeling. Because there's an oyster. Like I tell you, the underline is amazing. This is like underline day. The underlying cards are so important in this. The oyster, something from the bottom of the ocean that's just for you, that's been waiting to hatch open. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity and it's a prize. Because you've been rebirthed. You're having a rebirth with the phoenix. You're coming out of the ashes from nothing to everything. From nothing to everything. The nightingale, like look at it, just before, right? The darkest point in time is just before the dawn. It really truly is. And it's almost like a message of light, a messenger of light is being sung to you, or you will be singing it to others. And then we stop here with the peacock. And I'm going to tell you why I stopped with the peacock, why I didn't keep going. These are all just sitting upright, like boom, 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 boom. They just were dying to be picked up, to tell you the whole story. And the intuition. The 9. I'm really getting the 9 of Pentacles out of this card now because I counted all the little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Counting the I. The I. Seeing your freedom, seeing yourself for who you are, looking after you. This peacock knows its worth. This peacock struts it all day long. I'm looking good, I'm fine. But I get 9 of Pentacles out of this now. That's what I like to associate with this card. So it really is about really looking after yourself and shining your light. Great. Being very intuitive too. All eyes are on you, honey. All eyes are on you. And I stopped because the whale is upside down, which tells me you've already done the deep work. That's why this is all coming forward. You've already looked within. You've already gone really deep within yourself here. Isn't that interesting? All those underlying. What a story. Good for you, Saggy. My Saggy friends. Good for you. So, I still have to pull out tarot cards. I want to ask specifically the win-win outcome forecast for you. I'm getting the double message that if you've been working on something with someone, negotiating something, and you just couldn't come to a resolution because you couldn't agree on something, they couldn't agree on it, something happens where all of a sudden, it almost reminds me of, you know, when you're trying to buy a house. You know what it's worth. And you also know what this person is asking for it. And in part, they're asking more than they should be because they know that you probably will come in under. And they see a different value in it because maybe they raised their kids in the house. Or, yeah, like they have a history in the house, so they see a different value in it than perhaps you do. So, you know, you start negotiating, and at some point, you finally make a breakthrough. You've come up maybe a little higher than you wanted, but you know it's not, you know, when you think about, if you have a mortgage on the place, you think about, well, you know what, over 20, 25 years, it's really nothing compared to what I want out of this situation or what I would like, or this is the place I want. And then the person who's wanted way too much because this is where they raise their kids, they built their own cupboards in the house or whatever it is, like there's some sort of emotional attachment to this situation. At some point they sort of realize it's just time to release. put this place up for sale in the first place because it wasn't really for me anymore. It's too big, the kids have all moved out or whatever it is. And it's time to release, and I'm sort of keeping myself a prisoner here by putting a value on this and making someone else pay for it when the value is really what it holds for me inside. And I kind of think that that's a bit of the thought process that happens when you're in some sort of negotiation like this. And that's what this reminds me of. Because sometimes when it seems like this is just a roadblock, we're not getting anywhere, something happens to either one or both parties where they realize the value is in the release. And also just being honest with, okay, the monetary value is this. I'm lucky to be getting this, so I'll take it. I don't know. It's weird. It's all going through my head. A win-win outcome. So it does feel like, what the heck? Like maybe you and your real estate agent or your lawyer or whatever, you signed it and sent it back again, and you're thinking, this is just going to go on for weeks. And all of a sudden it comes back signed. Like, what? What? No, you have to fax me a copy or email me a copy. I don't believe they signed that. They signed it. They signed it, honey. It becomes exhausting, right? Like you just need to go with your life. Or you just find another house. And they kind of know that. I'm thinking, nobody else put an offer in. Maybe I should just take this one. Okay, so the win-win outcome here. Because I feel like this person is going to also feel like if you're dealing with, well, you are dealing with someone, you have to be, I really feel like you are. I really get that feeling here. That they're going to feel like they won as well. Wow, the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. There is a sense of freedom here with the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, some of you could be going through some sort of a separation or a divorce. I don't know. It's really interesting how this is coming through. And then the Nine of Pentacles, which is someone who typically is depicted as someone who is single. In the tarot, this person is single. They have everything that they could want. And there's almost like a new beginning, the potential for a new beginning here. Or, you know, there's this longing for something new, an emotion and feeling. To maybe feel again. Like if a person has been so tied up in any sort of a legal issue or a negotiation, there comes a point in that where often you have to remove your feelings and just be very businesslike. Otherwise, it just like, it starts to eat away at your emotions. So finally being released from that situation that you can just feel again, maybe. I can just feel again. Okay, so I'm going to leave those two cards at that. So let's get the clarifiers for where you are and where you're going. A personal issue reaches resolution. What a funny split. Funny, oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, you're going really good. I don't know who you guys are. It's just some good stuff in quarantine, man. Okay, so the underline is the Four of Pentacles. I feel like this is where you've really felt you've been for the longest time. Like just, or the Four of Pentacles. Funny I said that. It's the Four of Cups. Feelings and emotions have had to be put on hold, it feels like. To go through something here. Feelings and emotions have had to have been put on hold. A personal issue reaches resolution with this. You know, I feel like you're going to be running through the field really happy and free in a minute. In a minute. Give it a minute. What we got is the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Is that the 7 or the 5? That's the 5 of Swords. Clarifying that, where you are right now. And I feel like, oh, it's interesting. This personal issue reaches a resolution. This Ace of Cups trapped between the Nine of Swords and the 5 of Swords feels like some sort of very passionate, emotional new beginning that was caught between something that you couldn't look at, or you couldn't even look at it. You couldn't look at it. You couldn't look at it. And either you had to run away from it, or you're running away from what was stopping you from looking at a new beginning here. You are moving away from what was stopping you from looking at a new beginning, because you could not look at a new beginning. You just could, like, you couldn't. And then Nine of Swords is being all in your head, like, how do I do this? I can't do this. I can't figure it out. You couldn't figure it out because things had to play through. It seems like you were possibly in a situation where emotions just had to be shut down. Because maybe there was too much emotion connected to whatever you were going to, whatever you were involved in. And you couldn't invest anymore. You had nothing to invest. I feel like you probably had nothing left to invest emotionally. And this is reaching a resolution. So where we're going here, let's really look at where you're going, because it was surrender to the divine with the Lamb. You want to know what happens when you surrender to the universe and to your deeper self? I'm going to tell you. You come out like winning the lottery. The Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Holy cow. Man, you couldn't pull out bigger cards. I guess you could. Pretty significant. The Ten of Pentacles is surrendering to whatever this is. I can't, like, this is being the king of your home, being the king of your castle. This is having stability and happiness and wealth and prosperity. And it's everything. And I also want to say, which is interesting because you got the Nine of Pentacles here for your win-win outcome. It's actually having someone to share this with, but it's very stable. My gosh, it's so stable because the Strength card is sitting behind it. Like, this feels like something that wouldn't collapse. This is something that won't collapse because you've surrendered to what is truly for you. You know, and it's interesting when I observe people interpreting readings and different kind of age brackets that they seem to be in. And it's not to call anyone out if you're younger and you see things a certain way. Not everyone does. Some people are much more evolved than what I was when I was young. But to surrender to things, I was never very good at that. Because I was young and I was like, I know what I want and this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to have this. But there's a drive behind that. And I think there's a reason for it though. It's lessons. It's learning about yourself and learning about the world so that you have a better understanding of who you truly are. Because I think the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself first. And you have to do that in a human experience. Because you come here as a little tiny babe and you know who you are. You know who you are on an emotional level and what fascinates you and interests you, and then that all gets shifted and changed when you have so much information coming in, so many experiences to engage in, right? And you have to taste each flavor and hold each item and feel it and experience it so that you can start to understand and comprehend, oh, what is it that I really wanted again? And now that you've had all these experiences, you can kind of look at them and feel them and say, now I know. Now I accept. Like, now I just accept that wherever we're going, I'm going to be looked after. It's going to be, and you are. This is really good looked after. This is the ultimate looked after. These are incredible cards that you have for your future is absolutely amazing. It's a rebirth. There's no rebirth card here yet, but with the Lamb, I want to say that it feels like that. Like, this is a rebirth. I just can't get over these cards. This is unbreakable. Whatever this energy is that you're moving into, who this resonates for, like, this is unbreakable. And you didn't get here, like, easily, I want to say as well, because the Strength card is also a signifier of challenges, meeting challenges, pushing through challenges, and allowing yourself to feel defeated at times and get up again and brush the dust off. Feel defeated, get up again and brush the dust off. I mean, that's how we get strong. And this Ten of King of Pentacles with the Strength card, like, this is unbreakable. I really feel that you're moving yourself towards an energy, situation and circumstance in your life that is, it's it. It's really it. So good for you. This is amazing. Ooh, it's a Sharky. Something big that needs to be expressed. I'm going to go actually to this tarot deck. I don't know, am I doing too long with these videos? I used to be doing really quick. It's like, okay, if I wanted to go lunch monitor at school, I need to be done with this time. I was like, oh, that's crap. I think about that now. So I just go on and on and on. But I know people understand patience. I'm bad. If I'm looking through videos, if it's longer than 20 minutes, like, I don't know, 20 minutes to sit. What am I going to do? I have nowhere to go right now. Go anywhere. Okay. The shark. What needs to be exposed here? It was in this order. This is interesting. I'm going to show you the cards and then give me a minute. There's something very significant about the artwork and how it's playing out in this. So you have the Five of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Swords. I'll give you the typical meaning of each one, sort of in the tarot. You know, the Five of Wands can be conflict, can be competing for something, having difficulty expressing something or working your way through it. The Hanged Man is, you know, do you need to take the opportunity to look at things from a different perspective here? Or are you being forced to look at things from a different perspective, not making a choice or a decision because you are trying to get perspective? The Six of Swords is just, I'm just going forward into a better energy. I need to get to a better place than where I am now, either with yourself or with a situation or a person or another person. You don't necessarily know where it's going to go. You just know it's got to be better than where I am now. But with the shark, like, take that as it is too. But there's something more here. The person in the Five of Wands is moving away from the conflict in the Five of Wands, and they're also moving away from the Hanged Man and the Six of Swords. It's almost as if finding a better direction. Finding a need to move into a better area by going a different route. By taking a whole new approach. And perhaps that's the surrendering to the divine here. Surrendering to what is for you. Surrendering to yourself. It's taking a different approach. Oh, Eight of Pentacles is at the bottom. There's been a lot of work here for sure. Perhaps a different approach and something that you work on as well. Let's look quick here. Teeny tiny tarot. I'm very curious. Let's want to do this. About your Nine of Swords with your Ace of Cups. It's like you couldn't look at this new beginning. Why could Sagittarius not look at this new beginning with the Ace of Cups? Why could they not look at this new beginning with the Ace of Cups? Wow. Okay, so we got Temperance into the Ten of Wands. It's almost like being divinely guided to release your burdens. There was a lot of stuff you were holding on to here. You couldn't pick up a new ace. You couldn't pick up a new wand when you have 10 in your hand. You're burdened by all of that. And with Temperance, this was very a slow process, trying to keep your balance through that process. And you really, because you couldn't look at this new beginning, the only thing that you could really do was guide yourself to this release. Allow yourself to be guided to this release, because it was just too much going on, too much to handle. It was really, I really feel that you had something going on here to the point that you had no emotions left to put into anything else. And even yourself. So you may even need to take some time, right, just for you. Oh, I didn't do that for Scorpio. I feel bad. I didn't pull them out. Maybe they didn't need guidance. They're okay. They're okay. They're going to do their Scorpio thing. I'm going to pull out from another tarot deck, you know, once I'm done, like, just because I feel like that for you. Maybe, you know, it might just be time. If you've been involved in something where you couldn't put emotion into anything else because this was so big, when it's finally done, it's finally finished, finally reaches its resolution, you need to put that back into you, right? Before you can go out into the world. You really need to put that back into you. What was this Five of Cups? Or Five of Cups? Well, maybe, ooh, Ace of Cups. Well, isn't that an interesting way to describe that? I just call it, what was this Five of Cups? Looking at your Ace of Cups that is sandwiched between the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords. It's like a missed opportunity because you couldn't look at it. You couldn't deal with it. So what? I think I answered my own question. Look at how I'm working now. I'm just, yeah, Five of Wands. Yeah, it was difficult. Ooh, but you're going in a different direction now. See, this was that Five of Wands I was talking about. It's like a new approach. Everything is different somehow. However you thought you were going to resolve things, it's all changed. But you couldn't. You just couldn't. You couldn't deal with it. It was conflictive somehow. It was conflicting. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. You got the Ten of Pentacles here. The Ten of Pentacles. Jeez, too many cards are flying out like crazy. Let's just, there we go. Oh. Maybe, okay, maybe if you haven't done it, do it. It looks like there's something here about having been in a hermit mode and coming out. Come on, look at these two guys, look like the same guy. They just changed their outfit and their approach and their look. It's funny. It's literally like the same guy. I love that. I'm now the Page of Wands. I was the Hermit, but now I am the Page of Wands. Sag, fire, right? Going within, really looking within, pulling away from things because you had to reinvest emotionally into yourself because you had to pull all that. It was like all that emotion was sucked out of you. It was pulled out of you through something. This, you know, the scales of justice here, that will pull all sorts of shit out of people. So you have, I feel like in the future here, you surrender to the divine. That is part of this hermit mode, going within, and then look, you drop that hermit robe, you put on your swag, and you're ready to go out into the world, baby. To find your Ten of Pentacles, perhaps. The Ten of Pentacles is with someone because the Nine of Pentacles, you can have everything that the Ten of Pentacles has. You can have, you can be abundant in your career, looking after yourself, you're really healthy, you maintain yourself, your pentacles are good, your finances are really good, you're happy, but there's only one person in the picture. The Ten of Pentacles always has two people in the picture. And the King of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Whoa! Man, this is so clear and crazy. The King of Pentacles is clarified. Wow, I see it so differently now. It's clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Devil, and the Ten of Cups. Oh! Wow. Okay, I think whoever this is for, you've definitely gone through something. Separation to possibly the point of divorce. At least leaving something that was making you feel trapped. The King of Pentacles is depicted as someone who would be, like, I want to say, like, in a relationship, because this person has the home, they have the career, they're looked up to in all aspects, and they are the King of Pentacles. They're very balanced. Look, they got it all going on. They're managing it all. The Seven of Swords is walking away from that because it's the Devil. It's entrapment. It's feeling trapped in that energy. And by doing that, then you find your true happiness, which is the Ten of Cups. But there's two people there again. So, wow, this is really like seeing yourself differently, right? Like everything is different. This Five of Wands, you're a different person. Different. A different approach. Such a fascinating reading. It's kind of good when I take a break. The last reading I did before I took a break, I took a couple days off doing the readings, was Libra. And I was really tired by the end of that reading. And then I took 2 days off of doing any readings. I had other stuff to do. This is fascinating. I just find like everything is just like, whoo. Got some good sleeps. I haven't pulled any cards in a few days. Well, except for the Learn to Read Tarot. But yeah, so this King of Pentacles, you may have been that energy at some point. and you've released yourself from that to find what is your true 10 of Pentacles. And it's not being how other people see you. It's not being how other people see you in the future. Because you have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, and there's two people in this card. So you do have the stable home life and happiness. You have the happiness, so much happiness here, it's crazy. And abundance. But you had to walk away from something that may have looked a certain way to others. And it may have been how even you saw yourself until you went within and realized you were trapped in something. It wasn't healthy, whatever this was. It was codependency. It was an addictive thought process. It was an addictive day in and day out, whatever. Wow. The Strength card. Absolutely. Like, that takes a lot of strength. No wonder the Strength card is here. So what is the story of the Strength card? Wow. Your fire is lit, but not after being sad. And remember when I said this Ace of Cups, I said, so, you know, tell me about this Five of Cups, because it was disappointment. It could even be that this was a new beginning at one point in your life and it's ended. You couldn't look at it anymore. The Five of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles for the Strength card. This is all the story of something that was very disappointing in life, felt like a lost opportunity. It didn't work out the way you planned, the way you thought it would. This is not how it was supposed to happen. But coming through that, like the passion, the fire, the drive, the desire in Sagittarius, coming up through you. And you still come out winning here. Your pentacles are balanced. You still have something to give. What an interesting message that just came through. This person, you know, this is a mature person here. And he's giving coins out to two younger people. They look like adults, but they're younger, right? Because this other guy, his beard looks a little bit grayish. This feels like a really specific message for someone. Because I'm getting with this, if you were that Ten of Pentacles, you still are in some sense. But if there were kids involved in this, this is who you're focusing on. This is the balance. This is who still needs you. Perhaps not if it was a partner or a spouse. They're all grown up. They're a big person. They can look after themselves. But this, you still, and kind of like, yeah, realizing that at some point along the way, like, wow, no, this is my priority. This is my priority. It's really beautiful. Do I have anything left to clarify? I don't think so. Oh, it's a good thing I don't, because look, it's at the bottom. The Sun card, happiness, wish fulfillment, clarity, warmth, joy, childlike fun. Childlike fun. Okay, I want to pull out something for you. What a beautiful split. The Ace of Cups and the Sun. Just, you know, guidance for you. I kind of feel like if you haven't really invested in yourself emotionally after whatever you've been through, to spend the time to do that before you catapult yourself into this Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups energy. Guidance for Sagittarius. Guidance for Sagittarius as they move forward. What's the best thing for them to do right now? Is it just sitting on my hand? What is it? Oh, the Three of Wands. Get ready for your ship to come in. Almost get ready to go out to the ship too. There's some choice here. I feel like the choice to be made is to just, when you're ready to go, to go. When you're ready to go, you can go. You have at least 3 options here. I think you're going to make the right choice because you end up with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Oh, and there it is. I really felt like it should have been here and it didn't come out yet until the end of this deck. This is the Call, but it is the Judgment card. It is a rebirth. You are moving into a brand new life here. It's nice. It's really nice. Oh, it's fascinating too. I think I'm going to watch this one for you. It's kind of a cool reading, Sag. It does feel very specific. So I know some people will be like, that's not my story. Take it as it does. I can't help it. It just comes out like that sometimes. But there we go. That's it. Thank you, Sagittarius, for letting me do that reading for you. Until next time, do be gentle with yourself. Bye.